What's up guys, and welcome back to my channel. So if you are new to this channel, please subscribe and hit the notification bell to get notified whenever I post new content. Okay, so today we're gonna be talking about trendline breakouts. Okay, so let me just show you what the setups, as in the drawings of the setups that we're gonna be taking. Okay, so for breakouts we've got last time in the last video we talked about what trend lines. So we are just saying for those setups where if the trend line is broken, that's when we are gonna be what taking our entries. So let's take for example, so in a downtrend, okay, like this, right? So we'd say that we what we draw what the trend line like this, right? And for today's video we are saying, for today's breakout strategy we are saying that market will, the candlesticks will what break out of what this trend line right there, okay. And our first entry is when the candlesticks what break out of the, okay. So our first entry is on the breakout, okay. So on Deriv, or as in when trading what indices, most of the time the market doesn't come back to it to retrace. It's either the market comes back to retest the trend line, or it doesn't come back. So either way, we would have already had our entry out here. Okay. So when price pulls backward to this what trend line, we take out our second position right there, right there. Okay. So that's what we'll be doing. Okay. Or this is what one setup of the what of the breakout strategy. So there is also this setup when the price breaks out like this, right? At times it doesn't come back to what to retest what this level, but I told you about what zone flips, right? So we would have what our zone flip right here, okay. So price can come backward and retest what this level right here and continue going up. So on this setup, the candlesticks won't come back to retest what the trend line and go up, but it would rather test what this zone flip right here and go up, continue going up. So you can just note this or take a screenshot of it to make it simpler. I don't know if we're gonna get some examples of it, but that's the two word setups, okay. Or yeah, this is for the normal setup, okay. Or could it's just the same strategy, although when you've got what head and shoulder hitting right there, okay. Let me put another color, okay. So right there you connect what your two shoulders right there, and when we get our breakout right there, wait for for price to pull back to that trend line, or we check if there is a zone flip area around, okay. So how do you know if your trend line is going to, if you are, how do you know if the trend line is going to break or not? Okay, so it's quite simple. You look at the strength of the candlesticks, okay, when they break out of the trend line, okay. So if the candlesticks are large and fast moving, as in if there is an impulsive move that breaks the trend line, you know that your trend line is most probably going to be broken, okay. But if the candlesticks come in if they are small candlesticks, or if the candlesticks just consolidate around the trend line, most probably it would be respected. So for our entries, we're only gonna be checking if the trend line is broken by a powerful candle. Although that's not always going to be the case, we are also gonna have setups when the price is going to consolidate and also take our trades. So let's look at this example, okay, right. Okay, so for this example, right here we've got two setups, okay. So this is let me set by the head and shoulder pattern, okay. So here we've got our shoulder and our right shoulder there, and this is our head, right? So when we draw this into the future, it gets broken right here. Okay, let me use my. It gets broken right here, right there, and we also get a little retest, then press comes back down, right? So that's for our head and shoulder pattern. Okay. Then for our regular pattern, right here, we've got our trend line. It gets broken right here. And look at that's why I'm saying you should look if at the candlestick that breaks the trend line. Right here. It is in right here. This is a fast moving candle. There is no hesitation, as in there are no wicks. Okay. So most probably this trend line is going to work out. So our first entry will be right here when the price breaks out of the trend line right there. That's when we take out our first entry, and our second entry is going to be when price pulls back to retest this level, or and there are setups when the trend line coincides with with our zone flip, right? So that will be a better setup to trade, because there is much more confluence. Okay, so let's check if there are if we can spot other examples of trend line breakouts. Okay, so right here, let's see right here. Okay, right there. Okay, so right here we're connecting these 2 points right there. Okay, so this is our first point, our second point. This almost touched our trend line, but it didn't. So that's where the points that we're going to be using. Okay, so right here, this is what I was saying. This candlestick, the one that breaks out of the trend line, it's a fast moving candle. There are little wicks, there's no hesitation. Then that's when you take out our first entry there. Then price pulls back, okay, to the trend line, touches the trend line, and there is, as you can see, there is hesitation when price pulls back to the trend line. So this means that our trend line is most probably going to be respected to the downside, because there is there is hesitation. Okay, as you can see by by these candlesticks. Okay, so if you're getting impulsive move out, then an impulsive move back, yeah, most probably the retest won't be respected, because the trend line because the candlesticks will be there's an impulsive move. So the trend line most probably won't be respected. Okay, so that's all you are gonna be doing. Okay, let's see. Okay, so you can even do this on the M15 time frame. Okay, so let me check if, yeah, right here, as you can see our trend line gets broken right there, right here. That's when our trend line got broken. Okay, so on this example, our candlesticks don't pull back to the trend line. Rather, the candlesticks pull back to this zone flip area right there. Okay, so you can take your trade when you see this engulfing pattern right there. Okay, so you can take your position right there. Okay, so let's see if we can spot other examples. Okay, let's see what this one is done, if we would have gotten our entry or not. Okay, so here, right there, somewhere in there. Okay, so let me believe. Okay, right here, we are connecting these 2 points. This is the first point, and this is our second point. Okay, so let me zoom in our chart a little bit. Okay, so price pulls backward, impulsively downward, breaks out of out of the trend line, get a pullback. So this is our first entry, get our second entry there. Okay, then price decides to pull back to the trend line again. 1, 2. So on this one we would have gotten almost about 4 entries. Yeah, so you should not be scared if you see that is in, like, for this example, right here and right here and right here, when the candlesticks are retracing back to the trend line, as you can see, there is hesitation, there are small candles, there are many wicks. So most probably what, our trend line is going to be respected to the downside, because market is hesitating to break out through the trend line back again. So you should not be scared, okay? Rather than, when, let's see if we can check out, if we can see what, a breakout that didn't work out, okay? So when you've got what, when you've got your trend line, you check when the candlesticks are approaching that trend line, you check if the you check what the strength of those candlesticks, to see if the trend line is going to be respected or not. Same as when the trend line is going, when the candlesticks are retracing back to the trend line to give a retest. Okay, so let's see, this one got respected as well. I'm trying to see if we can get an example where things didn't work out, so that we know, because there's nothing that is 100% perfect. It doesn't work out every time, but it's just a matter of minimizing that loss. Okay, yeah, there's not quite an example where it is. Okay, let's see. Yeah, this is but it worked out again in the future. Okay, but because we've got what, because we've got our shoulder here, shoulder, and another shoulder here, this will be our head. Then it gets broken to the upside there, then price comes back to traces, then it should pick up again. So this one got respected as well. So today I don't have any example where price didn't, when the trend line breakout didn't work out. But if I get another example, I'm gonna show it to you. Okay, so let me just say that's enough for today. Okay, so if you like the strategy and if you like this video, please hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell to get notified whenever I post new content. Okay, so stay tuned to get more content.